What's up, guys? A few years ago, when I was 16 years old, I made $2.9 thousand profit my very first month in remote high ticket sales. Shortly after that, at 17, I was making $10,000 per month profit consistently. From there, I told my parents I wasn't going to college. I moved out and started living life on my own, continued to grow my income because I had the motivation, I had the ambition to do so. Now, I'm 21 years old. I make a few $100,000 per year profit from my computer, working remote with no set hours and no capped earnings, all thanks to high ticket sales. Now, my goal in this video is to explain exactly how I would get started if I were a brand new beginner and give you guys real in-depth insights, real in-depth actions that you can take in order to get the wheels turning and get started so that you can make your first commission through remote high ticket sales. That said, you need the motivation, you need the ambition, you need to be able to work hard. But if you have that, I'm going to show you how to get started right now, step by step. All right, guys. So first and foremost, you need to understand what high ticket sales is. So high ticket sales is, simply put, being a sales rep for an online influencer who sells a coaching program. Rewind that if you need, but if you've ever seen gurus, course creators, people who sell an online service or coaching program, they have internal sales teams that sell that program for them. They can't talk to everybody. Their content gets millions of views, and they have a lot of people who are interested. They might get 5, 10, 15,000 people per month who are interested in buying their course, coaching program, or service. They can't talk to that many people. So they hire a sales team. Within that sales team, they have two different departments, one being setters, one being closers. Setters qualify the leads. They're the first touch point with the people who are interested. Closers are the second touch point with the people who are interested. So people who initially show interest, they talk to a setter. People who are qualified from there, they talk to a closer. And the closer is the one that actually collects payment from them, closes the deal, and gets them enrolled in the program. To show you guys, we're going to use Shelby Sapp. You might have seen her on TikTok, might have seen her elsewhere. This is her YouTube. Her YouTube's her smallest page. She has millions of followers elsewhere. However, I want to show you guys what this actually looks like and where you would fit in. So first and foremost, she creates content. She has a link in her bio, or in her description in this case. This link goes to her free class. She's going to teach you how to get into sales. That's what she teaches. She focuses on women and helping them get into sales. So this could be any industry. Sales is just literally one of them. Could be real estate coaching, stock coaching, day trading coaching. Could be health coaching, marriage coaching. Like there's so many different niches out there. Anyways, they all have something similar to this, where you click on the page if you're interested and you put in your information. Notice, when you put in your number there, she's not going to be the one calling you. Why is she collecting your number? Because she has setters on the inside who are going to dial you probably 2-3 times the very first day that you put your number in there. Once they dial you, they have one goal, and that is to start a conversation with you around what got you interested in clicking on this page through her content. What's your goal? What got you interested? What are you trying to accomplish by potentially looking at getting into the #1 high income skill for women in 2025? And so this is what the funnel is. It's have you opt in. From there, a setter is going to contact you. The setter is what we can become. The setter is what we train to become. The closer is what we train to become. We want to become the setter or closer. We're not going to be the person who's clicking opt in here. We're going to be the person on the other side who is going to call these people who are opting in and have a conversation with them. Why? Because those people work directly for Shelby and they get paid bank. Now, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to skip over to the actual script structure that you would follow if you were one of Shelby's setters. Okay, right here I have it. Beautiful. I created this. This is a mock setting script. The essential parts of a setting script. One, the intro. So you got to think, you just called these people out of nowhere. Now, yeah, you're using a calling software. You're not going to have to put it in your phone and dial them up. But you're using a calling software from your phone or from your computer, and it's just dialing people. People have opted in on this page. So from there, somebody answers the phone. They're like, who is this? Hey, is this Dan? Yeah, hey, this is Dan over here at Shelby's, or this is Nick over here on Shelby's team. I saw that you opted into our free master class around how to learn sales. I just wanted to give you a quick call because I'm a manager over here on the student success team. Wanted to see if there was anything I could do to help. Like, what got you looking into sales in the first place? And then you go straight into your discovery. So you have your intro, you go straight into discovery. You have two goals in discovery. One, find all the pain that the person has. Two, find all the goals that the person has. Their pain might be they want to quit their job. They're not able to spend as much time with their kids as they'd like. They're not able to spend as much time with their wife as they'd like. They're not able to travel as much as they'd like. These are pain points that prospects have when they're looking to make a change. From there, we go into goals based questions. So all of these questions are just specifically engineered, specifically created to have you be able to pull out the pains and the goals from the prospect. Now, why is it important that we get the pains and the goals from the prospect? Well, it's because later, when we go into actually pitching the next call, remember it goes from setter to closer. We're just going to be setting up the appointment with the closer so the closer can actually close them. Now, why is it important that we have a good discovery? Because in our pitch, we're going to pull back from the discovery. Hey, remember how you mentioned like you want to spend more time with your kids, you're not making as much money as you want, this, and this. Well, like there's some resources I could give you around that. But what's going to be even more helpful than that is I'm going to get you on with one of our executive consultants who's literally going to be able to break down a step-by-step game plan for you to be able to get out of your job in the next 6 months, be able to travel more, and be able to spend more time with your kids. Is that something you'd be interested in if I could find some time on their calendar, setting up a call with them so they can plan that out with you? Yeah, I'm interested. Okay, cool. Does mornings, afternoons, evenings work best? Then you go in, you lock in the time, you set it up on the closer's calendar. So I want you guys to understand this. I'm going to kind of create like a flow here so that you can see how things actually look within Shelby's funnel and any other coach's funnel and where you fit in. Okay, here we are. So the flow looks like this. Lead opts in, again, on this page. They opt in, they put in their information. The setter calls them. Then the setter books them with the closer at the end of their conversation. The closer then has a Zoom meeting with them and closes the deal. From there, the setter and closer both get paid. Industry average for a setter is 5% commission. For a closer, it's 10% commission. So on a $10,000 course, which is what's on the back end of this, where Shelby teaches you how to get into sales, from there, the setter makes 500, or I don't know that Shelby's is exactly that, but I'm just saying in general, that's a pretty average price for these programs. Setter makes 500 of that, closer makes $1,000 of that. So the setter does about 150 dials per day. Out of that 150, let's say they set, we can put this here, setter does 150 dials a day, gets 10 convos, books 5 of those convos with the closer. Closer closes 1 to 2 of them. Closer takes 4 to 6 calls a day. These are Zoom calls again. Closes 1 to 2 of them. So these are kind of average numbers, and you can see if closer's getting 1 to 2 closes at $1,000 per close, they're making $1,000 to $2,000 a day. If setter's getting 1 to 2 closes at $500 per day, they're making $500 to $1,000 per day. Guys, this is why learning sales is so important. So now you're asking yourself, all right, how do I become Shelby's setter or closer? Well, that's where the skill comes in. That's where you actually have to practice. You actually have to be good at what you do. So that's where the mock script comes in. You need to practice that over and over and over and over and get to the point where you have a really solid mock call. Go find a friend, go find somebody else, get a mock call that sounds good, and take it from there. Okay, let me show you guys this. So Shelby is literally posting on her story right now that she's hiring. Now this is at the time of recording, right? She's hiring setters and closers for her program. So you can see she puts the OTE, time zone, full-time hours, et cetera, et cetera. Here's how to interview. Now, the reason I bring this up is because this is extremely common, right? People are posting applications, closer application. So this is essentially just applying for a job at this point now. But you have uncapped earnings, you make your own hours, things are just way better. So my point being, now from there, once you've built the skill, once you've practiced as a setter or a closer over and over and over, you just need applications. You just need the right network of people. You just need to be surrounded by people who know coaches who are hiring. Because Shelby's hiring now, but she might not be later. So first come, first serve. It's dibs, right? So that's where you have two options. One, you follow coaches, you try to just naturally kind of join groups, network with people, and all that sort of stuff. Two, you join a program, like I'll shamelessly plug mine, where I send job opportunities like this every single day that you can just apply for once you've practiced your skills. Not only that, we run calls over and over and over so you can jump directly on with others, and myself included, to practice before you're ready to apply for jobs. I hope this video was super helpful for you guys as a first starting step, and maybe even just a better understanding of how to get into high ticket sales and how it all works. Again, if you guys want to work with me directly to not only learn high ticket sales, but also land your first job or a better job than you currently have, go down in the description. You can apply for my mentorship, and I will see you in the next video.